Hello, hello, hello. The lighting is not good today. Oh well. How are you guys doing today? Happy Friday. I forgot I had these bracelets on. I'm gonna take these bracelets off and get comfortable. I was just hanging out and talking to Laura. We're gonna go swimming. It's not pouring down rain. It looks like the rain is coming back. It was pouring down rain earlier. It's supposed to rain off and on all day today. But while Alex and I were out, is it the thunder? Oh, that is the thunder. While Alex and I were out, it was like pouring down rain, and then there was a reason why I went over to Laura's. I'll tell you in just a second. So she was outside doing her plants, singing, and so I was talking to her, and then I said, do you want to go to the pool when I get done vlogging? And she's like, yeah, I'd love to go to the pool. And so we were talking about going to the pool because it's like rainy. It's sunny. It's like, you can see that it's kind of sunny right now, but it's been pouring down rain off and on. So I was like, well, we could go when it's like, when there's like a break in the storms or whatever. And she's like, well, is it even supposed to storm anymore? And I looked up at the sky, and it's literally like right over there right now. This is literally like 2 minutes ago. It's like completely like bright skies. And then, you know, it's like where there's like a curtain and it's like completely like black skies. It's like that. So I don't know if the storms are moving north, that way is north, or if it's moving south, but we're gonna see if I can make it through this vlog without the storms. Because when we got back, so we went to brunch and then we went to PetSmart. When we got back, it was pouring down rain so bad that I didn't even think I was gonna be able to come out here and vlog. So let me just tell you that this day has not gone how I thought it was gonna go at all. It is really, really humid today too. Like, I am just burning up. I haven't worn this shirt forever. I'm trying to like wear some clothes that, now that I've lost a little bit of weight, are fitting to me. And I was telling Alex, I said it's so interesting because so this is a Smith's t-shirt, and I've had it forever, and I bought it. I think I showed it in a haul. I bought it, and when I bought it, like, I mean, this is like an extra large, and it's still, like, I had to do, like, the stretch on it. I had to, like, stretch it out just to, like, get it, and, like, oh my god, like, it's just, these clothes that I bought, like, so long ago still got, you know, like, when I was much heavier than I am now, they still, some of them don't fit me. I'm like, what was I thinking at the time when I ordered this t-shirt? But a lot of these t-shirts were like, they're very like that vintage cut, you know. But anyway, so, yeah, it's very, very humid outside today. It's like, and this shirt is like this thick, thick cotton t-shirt. I'm like, I'm just ready to sit in the pool. So anyway, let's do a little time and temperature check really quick. Hold on just a second. Okay, let me set up my phone really quick. And let's pray that we can, or if you don't believe in prayer, let's just, lots of hopeful thoughts that we can make it through this vlog without having to stop because of thunderstorms. Okay, so the time is currently, it's early. It is 3:06 p.m. And the temperature, when I looked, it was a lot. I thought it was going to be like 81. There's my neighbor. She's getting her mail right now. And it's actually 84 degrees. And it says it feels like 91 degrees. And it's very, very humid. Thunderstorm is likely around 3:30 p.m. Storms may contain strong gusty winds. Are you going to stay inside during the storms? Yeah. You going to read a cozy mystery?
Sure. Hey, how'd you like Thai Villa?
Oh, I loved it.
What'd you have?
I don't even remember now. I had a curry, a yellow curry. It was good. It was hot in there. It was packed.
Was it?
Yeah, for this little, like, Thai restaurant in a strip mall. But it's really cute inside.
I know.
It's your favorite, I know. I was telling Alex, so that was you guys' favorite.
Yeah, fresh flowers on white tablecloth.
Did they have that?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. It's cute in there, though. Everybody loved their food. Yeah, it was really nice.
Well, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I left there and I was like, oh, I should have asked her what she gets. But you asked me. You said you don't eat seafood, do you? And I was like, no.
I don't what?
You asked me if I eat seafood because look at all the birds in the finch feeder right now.
Yeah. Have the raccoons been back?
They have not been back.
Good.
But I also haven't been filling the two, so I think I'm going to take those and put those in the back.
Or you have to take those in at night to keep the raccoons away.
Yeah. I'm not taking them in and out every night. There's not that many birds out there anymore. Steve the squirrel. Well, first of all, Steve the squirrel, he And I don't know if I thought it was his sister Shirley, but they were doing the dirtiest today. They were, okay. I have never in my life seen this before, okay, but I felt like I was watching like some kind of National Geographic or something. The 2 squirrels were humping in the tree. I'm not even lying to you guys. I was like, what is going on? And the thing is, I think Steve might be Stevie, or I don't know how it works with squirrels. I just don't. But I think it was Shirley humping Steve. So I'm so confused now. So you know when they talk about like, anyway, the birds and the bees, but don't bring in the squirrels because the squirrels will just confuse it all. But we were pulling out, and then by then they were just laying in the tree, you know, smoking a cigarette. They were so tired. Well, first I was sitting out here, okay, and I was like, oh, hey, Steve, how are you? And he was eating the peanuts and stuff. Then all of a sudden, I saw this smaller squirrel come down, and I was like, oh, it's his sister Shirley. This is why you don't make up stories about this stuff in your head, okay? Because the stories are not based in any fact whatsoever. But then they'll just mess up your life. And so, God, it's so hot out here today. And all I have is this hot coffee today. Which, are you ready for the flavor? It is raspberry chocolate, and there's no raspberry chocolate flavor to it whatsoever. It literally just tastes like gas station coffee, which I'm totally fine with. But I was like, I don't think that's interesting. Yeah, it doesn't smell like raspberry chocolate at all. But I like that that's the flavor choice. I think it's a cool flavor choice, but I think I said this on here not long ago. I feel like, I think I said people said, but I had a friend that would always tell me, like, I'd say, oh God, it's so hot. When you're hot, drink a cup of hot coffee because the hot in the hot will cool you down. I don't know where this friend of mine heard that, but they swore by it. I remember them telling me that back in the day. I don't know that I believe in it. But anyway, I was sitting out here and Steve was on the ground. Oh, by the way, somebody said, please, Peter, don't let your dogs drink out of the animal. Okay, seriously, listen. Okay, this is my first time at the rodeo. It's not like I'm gonna let the water bowl, which, by the way, my neighbors had no problem with their dogs drinking out of, but the water bowl is going to go to the back, by the way. Okay, the little animal water bowl, and then the water bird baths are going to be erected out here this week, or the next couple days. So that's gonna happen, and then the only people that get in the rabbit might drink out of it late at night, and the cardinal gets into it every once in a blue moon, and the raccoon wallows in it. No, I would not let my dogs drink out of the wild animal bowl, okay? But thank you for the advice. I appreciate it. So anyway, and I have some updates, but I'm not gonna call this video a big update again. No more clickbait. But I know that everybody's coming to find out more about the dogs, and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, everybody's like, the pictures, I can't wait to see them. You guys have been so nice about the whole dog thing. I really, really appreciate it. I mean, I'll get into this in a little bit. You know, I was kind of like, really apprehensive to make the decision. And then I was like, you just need to make the decision. And then it was like, you have to make the decision on 1 or 2 dogs. And then I made the decision on 2 dogs. And then I was like, I was real nervous again. Like, can you handle it? And blah, 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 whatever. And then I got real excited. And today, I just have to tell you, like, I am so excited, you guys. Okay, I just have to tell you guys, this has been a day of weirdness. The weirdest stuff has happened. The camera literally just, like, shut off completely. The tripod the camera just shut off completely. I, like, looked up and it just, like, I was like, what is going on? So then I felt it, and the camera is, like, so hot right now. So I don't know what's going on with that. I never had that problem. I've never had that problem before with the camera. I mean, like, if it's hot, like, outside, but not this quickly, maybe after, like, an hour or something, but it's, like, the camera was super hot. So I had to sit here for a second, and then I had to, like, let it, like, cool down and whatever. And so then I was like, what is going on with the Sony that I had back in the day? If you guys remember, like, the early days of the vlogging, like, I am, like, drenched. In the early days of the Sony camera, it would, like, overheat and stop itself. But this camera doesn't really ever do that. Maybe once or twice it has, but I don't. Anyway, not very often does it, but it did it today. So anyway, then I had to go back in and I had to kind of, like, look up where, I was like, what were you talking about? Because it's now been a little bit since I was vlogging. So anyway, oh, there's, like, a cool little breeze coming. Maybe that means it's gonna rain. I don't know. If it rains and it brings the coolness, but it stays on the walkway enough for it not to like, you know, like drench me, I am totally fine with that. And I will even, if there's no thunderstorms, no lightning, make that very, very clear, I will get in the pool in a full rainstorm. I love to swim in a rainstorm. As long as there's no lightning, I understand. Because if I say that, then people will be like, Peter, don't go in the pool with the lightning. Anyway, yeah, today I'm just like, I'm really, really excited about this next journey in my life. And I'm super, super excited about it. And, you know, I mean, there's a sadness that comes along with it as well. I was looking, you know, at a lot of pictures and videos of the pups last night. I don't know, it kind of seems like, I mean, and I was like talking to some of my friends about this too. Like, it's hard because it's kind of like, so like I've been like working on preparing the house. I cleaned out an entire kitchen cabinet last night because we used to keep like the dog's food and medicine and stuff on the top part of this cabinet. Well, since Boo's been gone, we've like been putting like, you know, other stuff up there. Tea and coffee, and like Alex has like salt and pepper up there, and we keep all this other stuff up there. So that whole cabinet is just like a carry-all of like spices and tea and protein powder and all this kind of stuff. And so I went through it last night, like anything that we haven't used in forever, I just threw away, and I cleaned out the whole cabinet so the whole top shelf can all be for like the dog treats and stuff. And like cleaned out the area where the dog bed had been in the living room, because the big dog bed I'm gonna use again. And like I was going through like some of Boo and Tucker and PP stuff, like clothes and toys that were specific to them. We have like all that stuff like wrapped up, like, you know, like we, like in like PP's comforter, like Alex did this with each of the dogs. Like he folded like each of the comforters, put their toys on it, put like a ribbon around it, and like made them really nice. And so we've kept all those. So those like specific toys and blankets that are specific to them, like Boo's bed, like purple bed and his purple blanket and stuff like that. Like that's just going to be like, you know, forever to be remembered of Boo's. And to be honest with you, I'm not at a point where I can get rid of that stuff. And I don't know that I ever will be, you know, so, but there's not tons of stuff really anymore, because with Tucker and PP, we kind of like went through that stuff, because each of the dogs had their own kind of, like when PP passed away, it wasn't like Boo and Tucker were wearing his clothes. And so, because PP wore a lot of clothes. And so we like packed all that stuff up, and anyway, and so the crate in the basement we're gonna use. And so like I had the Costco blankets that I got for Boo Radley last fall. I had them like all, or the year before, I can't remember. I had them like all folded up, and I was like, they're really cute little blankets, and Boo loved them. And I associate them with Boo, but like I don't want them just to, so I was like, and I bought like more blankets online that are like these comfort blankets for puppies. And so I'm like getting, like Alex is like, let's bring out the crate and let's like vacuum all around it. And you know, because somebody said yesterday, like putting a blanket over it. The whole crate, I mean, ever since its inception, we've had like a big comforter over it so it's dark inside and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna like, I'm gonna go down there and like clean around the crate and fix the crate up so it's all nice. But I'm trying to like get everything ready for tomorrow of bringing, you know, these two little dogs home. And there's a sadness that comes along with it too, because as I'm doing it, I'm remembering, you know, things about, it's interesting, this process, because I've been so focused on the passing of Boo in the last couple months, but in the getting the house ready again, and just preparing little stuff. And, you know, I'm like, I'll go through something and I'll be like, oh, I forgot about that, or whatever, you know, and it's reminding me of all three of them, which I think is a good thing, you know, but it's reminding me of all three of them and all the times that we had together. And so, you know, there is a sadness that comes along with it. I think I explained this in one of my vlogs last week, but like my therapist was explaining to me that like, you know, like if you've lost a spouse or a partner, and then you start dating again, he said this is a common part of grief that we don't really talk about. And he's like, when you start dating again, like there's that grief is going to come back up, because those early stages of dating again remind you of, and I told him this, like when we went to couples counseling this week, I said, what you said to me on the phone was like so profound, or not on the phone, we were like our Zoom session. I said was so profound. It was so helpful to me, because what he said was, it makes a lot of, I said, I don't understand why, like, it's been almost like 10 months, like, or 8, 9 months. I said, it doesn't surprise me that I'm still grieving Boo Radley. It surprises me that I'm grieving this deeply. And he said, it doesn't surprise me at all. He said, because, and then he explained this kind of like analogy that like if you lose your spouse, if you start dating again, whether that's a month later or 10 years later, it's those early days of dating are going to remind you, like the first kiss, the first dinner or whatever, are going to remind you of the early days with the person that you lost. And so me preparing and, you know, buying beds, you know, and buying food, and every time I look at like the bed, I think about like, well, I don't want to get the bed that Boo and Tucker had or that Boo had, and I don't want to get the same color. Well, I want to get the same bed, but I don't want to get the same color, you know what I mean? And so I'm thinking about the colors, and when I'm looking at the food, it like reminds me of like, well, Pee-Pee loved that food, or Tucker loved that food, or this was Boo's favorite treat. And so it's constantly reminding me of all that stuff. So it's hard. I'm like, but I also kind of feel like this is maybe like the passing of the baton to the grief to joy, if that makes sense. And I'm really ready for it. I'm really excited about it, and I'm really ready for it. But I was gonna wait and talk about the dog stuff later in the video because I feel like at this point, like that's kind of what people are coming for. So, well, I'll get to that, but let me just kind of like preface this. So anyway, today when I woke up, my plan was that. So Alex had a meeting really early this morning at like 8 o'clock, a Zoom meeting, and then he came back to bed. And then I got up at about 11, I think it was like 11:20, because she was gonna let me know today, like which one she wasn't, like which one she was gonna be able to place, which one the other person, if they still wanted this dog, was gonna. So if you didn't watch my vlog from yesterday, because some people yesterday said, oh, I didn't watch the dog from yesterday, I didn't know you were getting a dog. So what I said yesterday is that there's 3 dogs, okay? So the smallest one is the one that I'm getting. And then, and I think that I have the names picked, but I'll know when I hold them. So anyway, the smallest one is, he's the runt, but he's also kind of a little bit the alpha from what she's told me of the 3 dogs. So, so then she thought he had 2 sisters, but he had a brother and a sister, and she's now got all 3 of them, and so she's placing all 3 of them. And so I went through this whole thing yesterday. So anyway, I basically said to her, because I said first she sent me the video of the sister, and then she sent me the video of the sister and the brother, and then just a video of the brother. And I was like, so it was this whole conversation, and I was like, she was like, at first I was like, yes, I want the sister. And then she was like, okay. And then I was like, oh, is the brother? Anyway, it was this whole conversation. So I basically, what I said to her was, the one you can't place, because for me, okay, having Boo and Tucker that were siblings, you know, I use the term bonded. I don't know how bonded they were. They were young when we got them. I mean, I don't even know that they were bonded at that age. But they were like, I think they were like 8 or 10 weeks when we got Boo and Tucker. A little bit younger than these pups are because they're 5 months old. And so, but I like the idea of having siblings that are the exact same age, that are growing up together and whatever. For me, with Boo and Tucker, it made that relationship so special. So I told her yesterday, I said, and in all honesty, like when I watched more of the videos, yesterday so many people were like, Peter, take all 3 dogs. I would love to take all 3 dogs. To go from a house of 0 dogs to 3 dogs is a lot. Alex would be like, get 3 dogs if you want. They're your dogs. You're going to take care of them. Get 3 dogs if you want. But I was like, okay, I would love to take all 3 of them. So I said to her, I said, can you place one of them? So I'm just going to share it now. So anyway, she watched them very, very closely last night. She sent me a lot of videos of them sleeping and things like that. If you remember the stories of Boo and Tucker, I used to share, I have the picture on my phone somewhere, but I used to talk about how when we first got them, they slept on each other like that. And I loved it, okay? Well, I woke up today to a picture of the little one on top of his brother sleeping last night. Like literally just on top of him sleeping last night. And she took the brother was on the sideways. So each of the dogs were very, very sweet. When she was sending me videos last night, it was very obvious that the 2 brothers were like bonding a little bit more. The sister is very, she's like, she said to me that the little one is independent, but he's very playful. She said to me, she was like, the girl dog is very independent. Like, I think she would do a lot better in like a home just by herself and blah, 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 whatever. If I was gonna just get 1 dog, I would probably rethink the whole thing and maybe just get her. But there is somebody that's interested in her. And it's somebody that's a little bit older and they're in a smaller home and they just want one dog. And so it's a perfect fit. And my concern was only that I wanted all 3 of the surrenders to be placed. And like I even texted that to her today when we were texting. And she said, what did she say? Hold on a second. She said I was determined to find all of them a home, and I'm so happy that I did. And so I said to her last night, I said, whichever one you cannot place, I will take that in addition to the little one. Because yesterday I decided that I was going to get 2. So today I woke up and she had sent me more videos and more pictures. And she was like, I think that the 2 boys, she was like, I think they get along better. And she was like, but also she was like explaining it to me. And then I talked to her on the phone and she was like, yeah, the girl dog, she's like, they're all sweet. She's like, they all slept together last night, like in the same bed. She sent me a picture of them all sleeping, all 3 of them in the same bed. And she's like, but she is very close to me. Like she like walks around me the whole time. Because I think she's kind of like a one dog, one person kind of person or kind of dog. And I was like, okay. And she's like, and this other person really is interested in it. And she goes, that way then we're placing all 3 of the dogs. And I was like, that's fantastic. Oh my God, and with that, the tripod did fall this time. And the camera is so hot. What is going on today with this crazy, crazy vlog? So, I'm getting the 2 brothers. And I think I have their names figured out. Some of the names y'all came up with. First of all, I said, don't be throwing me a bunch of names. I'm joking. I knew people would. Some people guessed some of the names that are on the list. But interestingly enough, the 2 names that I have, well, Alex kind of really came up with the one name, and then I loved it because I forgot the story of it, and I told you guys it's a toy. It was really like a toy that we got for Pee-Pee, and then Pee-Pee, Boo, and Tucker all played with it. Well, Boo didn't really play with it, but Pee-Pee and Tucker played with it. And so last night, like Alex went and got the toy, like he thought it was an elephant. I was like, it's a dog, and so he went and he got it, and he was like, oh, it is a dog. And so it's like this little like blue dog, and maybe I shouldn't say that. Then people go back and, well, you'll know tomorrow what his name is anyway. Oh, people have been asking too. They're like, I can't wait till Saturday's video of you post. And that's not my plan for tomorrow. I'm just going to tell you that. I mean, like, if I decide at some point to jump on and post a video or whatever, or if they're taking a nap and I vlog tomorrow, then I will do that. But I can tell you that my plan right now is to not film any videos this weekend. I'm not doing like some big expose on, like, here's my new dogs. Like, that video might come sometime next week, but that's not my plan this weekend. My plan is like, I'm planning to hopefully vlog a little bit. Like, if they're taking a nap or whatever, I'll just like sit next to them and like, you know, film it or whatever. But my plan is not to film a bunch of videos. I'm not going to do like an introduction video this weekend, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, when I do vlog this weekend, I will give you guys more updates. I'll let you know their names and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But like, I'm not doing a huge production about these dogs. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily, I don't dislike that when people do it. I get excited about it. I think it's fun, and I know you guys are just excited for me, and I really appreciate that. But I want to kind of just like get used to the dogs a little bit, and then I just want to spend the weekend doing that. So, like, I forgot that we had this like birthday party brunch that we're supposed to do on Sunday, and so today Alex and I went to brunch, and he was like, oh, I totally forgot that it's like, it's our friend that the cabin, it's her husband, and her sister's hosting this like brunch birthday party, and I was like, because we went to Patachou for brunch, and he goes, oh, we're not coming on Sunday because we have that brunch birthday party. And I was like, he was like, babe, if you want to stay home, he's like, that's completely fine. I'm only going to be there for a couple hours anyway. And I said, yeah, I'll probably stay home on Sunday because I don't want to, you know. So anyway, but, and everybody has just been so wonderful. My neighbors are like, Peter, if you need to like go to doctor's appointments or go out for a couple hours, we can come over and check on them. You can bring them to our house. Every neighbor has offered. They're like, you can bring them over to our house and we'll watch them for a couple hours. I mean, everybody, from Laura to my neighbors next door to my neighbors on the corner, they have been like, they're like, please, we want to watch them and all this kind of stuff. So anyway, so I'm getting the 2 brothers, getting them tomorrow. I'm so excited about it. So yeah. So maybe I'll tell a little bit more about that. There's not really more to tell, in all honesty. I've just been watching videos, and so the brother, and the little one, he's like black and white and scruffy looking. His sister is black and white and scruffy looking. She has like an all black face. The brother, looks more like a long-haired Chihuahua, and he's all tan. And so we're getting the long-haired, like, tan Chihuahua one, and then we're getting the really little one that's black and white. So they don't really look anything. I mean, they do, just like their coat looks the same, but the little one and his sister look a lot alike. But I was excited about it. It's so funny in watching the videos, you know, because, like, I mean, I've ran into my fair share of people in this world that are like, dogs don't have personalities, and dogs don't, you know, all this kind of stuff. And I'm, like, watching these videos that she's sending me. I mean, she sent me probably at this point, like, 20 videos of these dogs in the yard and sleeping and in the house and all this kind of stuff. And so, maybe more than that. Oh, my God. And, it's so interesting. I mean, you can see very distinct personalities. They're 5 months old. And she did say to me, she said, you know, I mean, their personalities are still developing. I've had so many dogs in my life. I'm fully aware of that. But you could already see, like, personality differences in between these little dogs. I was going to be completely fine with whatever. I mean, if I had woken up today and she said, you know, this other person really wants the little one, will you take the other brother and sister? I would have taken any combination, you know, of whatever. If she had said, well, they want two, will you just take one? I would have just taken one. I just wanted the dogs to be, like, rescued and, like, you know, adopted and found homes. That's all I wanted. So I would have done any combination. And each of the dogs is equally sweet and equally has their own personality. There is something that is very bittersweet, but more sweet, about the fact that we had we had three brothers, but Boo and Tucker, that were biological brothers, and now I'm getting, you know, 2 more biological brothers with these little guys. So I think one of the names will really surprise you. It's kind of a name I came up with. I was almost going to tell you, like, what I was going to do if it was a boy and a girl, but I don't want to say that because I may still use the boy name. The problem is, okay, I'll tell you guys the story of the names, because the names has been a long, long journey. But anyway, so today, let's rewind. Okay, so today my plan was to get up today, and I had videos for every channel that I was going to film. I literally made my list last night. I have this very different drama video that I was going to do today. I was going to actually, oh, there are the mourning doves. Do mourning doves travel, like, in pairs? It's always these 2 mourning doves that come. But I had this very different drama video that I was going to do. I was going to do it in front of the computer. I was real excited about doing it. And then last night, it's so hot out here. Last night I watched Trainwreck PI Moms. It was okay. If you're going to watch the Trainwreck documentaries on Netflix and you haven't watched any of them, I would definitely start with Poop Cruise. Well, everybody wanted me to, like, so I said this on my Peter Watches TV channel. I haven't said it over here because people always want me to watch. I haven't watched the Astro World one yet, but people keep on asking me to watch, like, the Woodstock 99 one. Well, I didn't realize until somebody said it's 3 parts. I was like, oh, I watched that. I watched it when it first came out. It was good. I mean, it was sad. I mean, it was like all these people trapped out there. They didn't have water, and I mean, it was real dangerous and whatever, but I watched that a long time ago. People ask me all the time. It's so interesting, the random true crime documentaries that people ask me to cover. I mean, literally just in the last 24 hours, it's like 4 different people were like, and they're real nice about it, but people have been like, will you watch this and cover it? What was it that somebody just asked me about the other day? Literally, somebody just asked me and I said, well, I watched it a while ago and I don't really remember it. Who was it that asked me? I don't even remember who it was now. I feel like I kind of remember the first name. That's why I'm looking to see. Interestingly enough, people don't always send it to my Peter Watches TV Instagram. They sometimes send it to my... Oh, I got quite a few on my Peter Watch. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Okay. Stolen Youth on Hulu. I watched that, like, it's a Sarah Lawrence one about the dad and all that kind of stuff. I watched that, like, a long time ago. And so, like, this is what I said to her. So she sent me this really nice message. Give a little shout out. This is to Maddie. Maddie was like, also, I want to add that I've been watching your main channel since the beginning. Your videos mean so much to me. And I was like, I watched it a long time ago. It was very intense, but I don't know that I remember it well enough to do a reaction to it, and thank you so much. So the problem is with a lot of these documentaries that I don't remember. Like, what's the one? Like, the Jenks. I would love to do, like, a reaction. Oh, my God, that girl is, like, girl is like 22, 23. She's like power running down. I mean, she looked like Olympic athlete. I was like, what is going on out there? My God, I wish I looked like that. Not in this heat though. Whoo, she had her hair back in like a tight bun. She was like, anyway, oh my God, Steve the Squirrel. You guys, Steve the Squirrel, I have to show you guys. Come and take a picture. He is literally on the other side of the street. Oh shoot, don't move, don't move, don't move. So it's easier for me to take a picture. Okay, he is across the street at my neighbor's mailbox. Oh, he just ran away. Damn you, Steve the Squirrel. He was standing right next, you can see him. He was standing right next to the mailbox. Do you want to see what he was doing when we were leaving today? Come on now. Oh, is it a video? Did I take a video? No. Did I finish the story? Okay, with Steve the Squirrel. Let me make sure I finish that before I get into my day. So, I saw Steve the Squirrel, and then I saw this little squirrel, and it was Shirley. This is where I was talking about don't, like, make up stories, because there's no, I mean, they're probably not related at all. I don't know, maybe they are. But, oh, there, he just keeps on going like this across the yard. It's so funny. But then, Steve the Squirrel and Shirley the Squirrel were in the tree, and they were kind of humping, or doing something. I couldn't really figure out what was going on. I think I was talking to Nikki at the time, or Tanya. And so I started walking over, and I was like, I think these squirrels are humping. But then when I looked, I thought it was like Steve on Shirley. And I was like, oh, what's going on there? And then I looked, and it was this little squirrel on the bigger squirrel. And I was like, and they were like standing up in the, I was like, what is going on? So anyway, but then we left. But by the time that we pulled out, Steve the Squirrel was, I guess he was happy. I don't know. Oh, I said he was just, they were laying there having cigarettes. But anyway. So when I woke up today, my plan was that I was going, I don't even know what time I started this vlog now. I mean, the tripod fell and it got hot and stopped. I don't even remember what time I started this. So anyway, well, I guess we'll know when the battery goes halfway mark that I'm getting close to the end. Do you see that, like, every time I move this chair, it doesn't stay, watch. That is a Halloween mystery right there. But anyway, I mean, it's not. Do you know that, like, I can say something like that, and there is somebody that is, like, out there, and they are so serious, they have no sense of humor. They're like, Peter, I just want to let you know. And then they Google, like, they open another computer screen. Why do chairs spin? Chairs spin because the bolts are not locked down. Peter, I just want you to let you know. The chair incident is because you don't have it bolted down. Google recommendation. I would recommend a Type 4 drill bit. You can buy it at Home Depot. How much at Home Depot? For $24.99. There are some people out there that are so serious with this stuff. I'm like, ma'am, ma'am, we need to pull it in a little bit. Okay, these videos are for fun. Okay, it's not like this is. It's my life, but it's a video. It's a video on YouTube. It's not so serious, okay? Like, let's pull it in a little bit. But anyway, but I do appreciate all the recommendations for the Halloween mysteries. Woo! It's hot out here. I need to name these mourning doves. There's 2 mourning doves. They kind of are giving me, like, I want to, well, it's easier for me to take a picture than show you guys. They're giving me nuns, okay? Hold on a second. Okay, you can't really see them because they're kind of far away. But do you see, here's mourning dove number 1. These are mourning doves for when somebody wants to correct me and say, that's a cardinal. That's a mourning dove, I know. And there's her sister. But they kind of remind me of nuns a little bit. If you ever see mourning doves, they kind of walk like this. Like in their holy, whatever they're called, their gowns. But anyway, what should I call them? Sister Mary, Louise Parker. I will never remember these names. What was her name that was in Sound of Music? Sister Maria. How do you solve a problem like Maria? Well, she wasn't really a sister yet, was she? But what was her name? Why can't I think of her name? I love that movie so much, Sound of Music. In Sound of Music. Why am I going to have to Google search? Is my mind going this much that I cannot remember who? And she was also in 10. 2 of the most Sound of Music cast. I know people are like shouting it at me right now. Why can I not remember this? Sound of Music cast. Julie Andrews. Sister Julie Andrews. Sister Maria and this Sister Baroness Von Trapp. That's who I'm going to call them. Oh, they just flew away. They did not like that. They did not like that. So I had a friend of mine. She and her sister, when we graduated from high school, she and her sister went backpacking through Europe, and they stayed in these like youth hostels and stuff like that. This was before the movie Hostel came out. They probably wouldn't do that today. But anyway, she used to tell me that like this one place, I can't remember where they stayed, but like they'd all like at night watch a movie, like 100 of these like, you know, backpacking kids, and they watch The Sound of Music, and like they would do this at every hostel throughout Europe. Is that every time, like they had all these sound effects that they did when they would watch the movie The Sound of Music. It was like this like hostel thing that they did. And like whenever the Baroness Von Trapp would walk into a room, they would all hiss. They would go, I don't know why that's so funny to me or why I even remember that. But anyway, she actually texted me the other day about, we've been going back and forth about this high school reunion. She's like, are you like, because we got laughing so hard. I was like, they can look me up on Facebook. I'm not going to no high school reunion. That phase of my life is over. That phase of my life of thinking I need to go to reunions. And then there's one gal, God love her so much, okay? And this is so funny, because I didn't even think of it this way. But she keeps on like, so she's like, I was asked, because it would have been our 35th anniversary this year, there's no interest in it. So she posted something like, I was asked to put together this event to see who would be interested in a high school reunion for this year. She put this out like in April, okay? Like 2 people responded and were just like, oh, thanks for putting this together, but didn't say they were interested in it. So like every 2 weeks she bumps it. Do you know what that means? Like she puts a comment on there so it brings it back up and everybody, she's tagged all of us, okay? So it like bumps it so then you see it, the comment again. But like nobody, it's now almost August, okay? If the reunion was gonna happen, it probably would have happened in June, you know? Like our reunions have been in June in the past. But it's now almost August. And she just like 2 days ago, that's why my friend was texting me, because she bumped it. And my friend was like, do you think, I was like, I am not going to a reunion with 4 people, okay? First of all, that's desperate. Second of all, I don't even care about this other 4 people that are going. So no, I'm not going to a high school. I did it. I did 2 high school reunions. I'm done. If they can look me up on Facebook if they want to know what's going on with me, okay? Nobody even knows. Like, this is what's so funny. I think a lot of you would find this funny. When I see somebody from back in the day, like, they don't even know anything, like, who was I talking to the other day? It was somebody that, like, Alex and I, where did I run into somebody the other day? Where was that? I was when I was with Caroline, and we ran in with, I was like, oh, Caroline, this is a friend of mine from back, I mean, we knew this girl really, really well, and so she was like, well, what are you doing, blah, 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 whatever, and I was like, nothing, and she said something about, she's like, now, where are you working now? And I said, I make YouTube videos. She goes, YouTube videos? Nobody in my circle even knows what I do. Nobody cares. They don't know I'm sitting on this front porch. There are entire strangers out there that care how I sit on a toilet. That are obsessed with that. That are obsessed with every detail of my life. And people in my life don't even have, they could care less about the fact that I even make YouTube videos. What are you doing now? And then they never are like, well, what's your channel called? Or do you have more than one channel? Or what are you talking about? Oh, YouTube videos. Well, I gotta go pick up Sally. We got, you know, carpool. Nobody ever asks. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. This mystery of this Halloween chair is driving me crazy. So anyway, what was I saying? My friend, so she keeps on bumping this, not my friend, this gal she's real nice. She lived 1 street over from me when I was growing up. Anyway, she keeps on bumping this reunion, and nobody's like signing up for it. They're all like people thank her, but even, there's not even, like, the post has been up for like 3 months, and there's like 8 people that comment. They're like, thank you for putting this together, but, and there's like 2 people that are like, and this one gal, I'm like, did we even go to school together? I don't even know who you are. And she's like, she said, sorry, I can't make it. I'm out of state. I was like, I've never even heard of you before. Thank you for letting us all know that you're out of state when nobody even knows that you went to high school with us to begin with. I don't know if that's better. I don't know if it's better to not know somebody that you went to high school with, or that everybody knew you because you were so like horrifically like made fun of in high school like me. I don't know which one is better. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's not one person I went to high school with that does not know who I am, okay? But that's because I was kind of like, I mean, we call it bullying today, but I mean, just horrifically, like, they made fun of me and bullied me and all that kind of stuff. Not everybody. Some people were nice. But anyway. But I was like, this girl put in there the one comment. She's like, I would love to come, but unfortunately, I'm out of... She didn't say, like, I live in Ohio. She said, I'm out of state. I thought, oh. What does that mean, I'm out of state? Me too. I'm out of my mind. Does that mean out of your mind? I'm out of my mind too. But anyway, I was like, girl, I don't even know you. You're not the reason I know this is so horrible. I know people are like, what does he say? This is the truth though, okay? So my friend and I are talking about, I was like, do you remember this girl? She's like, I've never heard of her before. Not the one that's organizing it. I know her. She lived one street over from me. This girl that said she's out of state or whatever. So I texted my friend and I said, okay, there's 8 comments or something, right? And they're all thank yous. My friend and I have this ongoing text message. We have this ongoing text message. I have to show you something, okay? Why is this? I sent it to Tanya and I sent it to Nikki. Why is this? Hold on a second. Why is this? Why is she? Oh, that's Nikki on my Peter Watches TV channel. Hold on a second. Why is this me? And like all my good Judies. Hold on a second. Are you guys ready? Okay. Where is it at that I sent it to her? Okay, so it says on here, me and my work bestie presenting the company's new logo we created together at 3 a.m. the night before. And this is...
Shooting.
Okay, that is Nikki and I about the most random shit in the entire world, like a Christmas book. I mean, we can still get laughing so hard about that, like with Isla. Mel and I we were shading the hell out of each other today in text messages, but Nikki and I, we still talk about that horrible Christmas book with Isla and her hot chocolate. And I mean, I literally like tears, like I'm gonna pee myself, laughing so hard. Tanya and I, the other night, like driving around, oh my God, we got laughing so hard. My shirt is literally soaking wet. We got laughing so hard about stuff. But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, so my friend and I from high school, we have this text thread going, well, just between she and I, about this like reunion, right? But I said to her the other day, I said, girl, do you know who this person is? I said, because I don't remember her from high school or something like that. And she goes, I've never heard of her. And she goes, she's not the reason why I would show up to a 5-person reunion. And then I just responded to her and I said, she's out of state. And so now, like everything that we text to each other, we just say, like if she says to me something like, she'll like, are you watching any good shows tonight? I'll be like, out of state. And then we just lose it, right? Anyway, okay, so today my plan was, I was gonna film all these videos because I watched that PI Mom, so I was gonna do the reaction to that. And I was gonna do this drama video. I was gonna do my reaction to the Christmas books, my booktube video. I was gonna do a Peterisms video. I've got like 14 things to review in there for my review channel. I was going to show all the stuff that I got for the dogs on my Peter Does Stuff channel and do a haul. And I woke up today and Alex is watching his 493rd episode of No. He's like, he's almost caught up with the UK. He's got like 1 episode of the UK to catch up. And then season 5, he's got 3 episodes till the end of Love Island UK. And then he's going to watch something else because he said he's watched enough Love Island for a while. So I said, he was going to go, so we had this meeting this morning, and then he was going to go to brunch with his girlfriend, but she couldn't end up doing brunch, so he was like, I'm just going to stay in and watch TV. And then he was like, when I started waking up, oh, because I was like, you know, texting her and all this kind of stuff, then I had to talk to her on the phone about the dogs and whatever. And so I said to him, he was like, are you going to film any videos today? And I said, I'm not really sure. And he was like, well, I'm thinking about maybe going to the pool. And I said, oh, is it nice? Because I was like, I thought it was supposed to be cloudy and rainy today. And I said, is it nice? And I said, because if it's nice, I'll go to the pool with you. And then I was like, oh, I'll just spend the day with Alex. We'll go to the pool. And then, you know, I just won't film any videos today. Because I was kind of planning already on taking the next couple days and just, vlogging when I can, but other than that, just kind of like play it, and this is a moment. This is a moment. This is momentous moment in my life, like getting these dogs, right? Like, I'm just gonna live in it and enjoy it. I'm not worried about filming videos. I'll film the videos when I film the videos. If I take a couple days off from vlogging, I do. If I don't, I don't. If I have a moment, I will put up the camera and I vlog, because I want to let you guys know what's going on with all of it. But my priority is just to live in the moment, enjoy it, you know what I mean? And I know you guys understand that and support that. So I was like, okay, well, so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get the house ready today and spend some time with Alex and just relax and watch shows and all that kind of stuff. And so, because I'm probably going to need my sleep a little bit for this weekend too. It's good to having 2 puppies instead of 1 puppy and having 1 puppy instead of no puppies. It's going to, it's going to be a little bit of, I'm going to need some energy. So anyway, so I was like, I'm just going to take the day and relax today and then, whatever. So I get up and I go look out the window and I'm like, it is cloudy. Like, what is he talking about going to the pool? So, why do I feel like my nose? I feel like I need to get a Kleenex. Let me get right back. My nose is driving me crazy. It's itching and it's running, and I will be back in 2 and 2. Okay. Got my Kleenex, blew my nose, Kleenex from my pocket. I walked inside, and like when you walk inside, like when you've been outside all day long or you're hot, like from a walk or working in the yard and you walk inside, it's so cold inside. I was like, because my shirt is like literally soaking wet. But I have to tell you a funny story from last night. Okay, so I kept on this is when I was talking, I talked to Tanya, this is when I was talking to Nikki. And I went inside, and it was cooler inside, but like our air conditioning wasn't going down. I'm afraid to set it below 71 because it's been so hot and humid. I don't want our unit outside. If you guys, some of you will know what I'm talking about. Sometimes in the summer, if you like run your air conditioning too much at like a low air, like 65 to 68, it'll freeze over. The problem with that is it's easy to fix. They just come out there and they like rinse it off and they replace some things. It's easy to fix. But try to get an HVAC guy or woman out here to fix your air conditioning in the middle of July. It's going to be a 2-week wait. So we're going to be without air conditioning for 2 weeks. So I've been leaving the air conditioning at about 71. Well, downstairs it's perfect, but upstairs it is hot as hell. I mean, it is so hot upstairs. So last night I was like, I think it was when I was upstairs with Alex, I was like, it's so hot. So I came downstairs and I turned it down to like 70. Well, then I was like, it's not getting any cooler down here. I was talking to Nikki on the phone. And she goes, have you seen if it's frozen downstairs? I go, it doesn't freeze downstairs. She was like telling me that her husband sometimes goes down the basement. Sometimes like this, it's like condensation, it's freezing. I said, well, let me go down there and look. So when I was down there, I like checked the filter, and the filter was like black. And I was like, oh my God, it's the filter. See, I am such a handyman, okay? So, thank God, we had a box of filters there. So, I replaced the filter, and literally within 10 minutes, it went from like 74 to 71. I was like, oh my God. It was totally the filter. And then I texted Nikki, because we watched Big Brother last night. So, I was texting Nikki, and I said, what did I say to her? Something about the changing the filter and how cold I was. Hold on a second. It was funny what I texted her. Oh, she has texted me a long text. Okay. I texted her and I said, girl, I said, LOL, girl, I changed that filter. Now it's freezing and my nose is running. So anyway, yeah, but, so today, so then I looked outside and I was like, babe, I said, it's like cloudy and rainy. It's not like a good pool day. No, it's not. I go, okay. So he gets up, doesn't look out the window, puts his shorts on, puts his shoes on. He goes, I can hear him come out here and go, like he's walking to see if it's like, And so he comes back upstairs and gets back into bed. I go, well, is it nice enough? Because I thought, well, maybe I can't see it from upstairs, And he goes, no. He's like, you're right. He was like, what? I'm right? He was like, you're right. It's really cloudy. It's not raining. He's like, I only go to the pool if I'm going to get sun. So Alex is not like, this is why I have my neighbor. I mean, that's the only reason she lives there, don't you know that? So she can go to the pool with me and swim. Alex doesn't, like, love to get in the pool and, like, play and splash around and just, he will if it's really hot out. But, like, his intention of going to the pool is to get sun and lay out and all that kind of, he doesn't like to just, like on a cloudy day, he wouldn't just go to the pool. I love to play in the pool and be in the pool. I love it so much. So anyway, I went to the pool last night. So, and it was pitch black outside when I went to the pool last night. The lights are off. Supposedly they've replaced the lights today because she's been on it with the HOA president. Which there was something about the HOA that I wanted to say. Oh, somebody said, a couple people were like, oh, it'd be really nice for you to buy that woman a new tree for her yard. I think that's a really nice thought. And actually, I think it would have been nice if we would have raised some money for her about the tree, but she already bought another tree. So she's got another tree coming, and she was very specific about the kind of tree that she wanted. And so she told me about that the other day. So, but that would have been a really nice idea. So that was really, you guys are so kind. You're so sweet. I should have like gone to some of my neighbors and asked them if they wanted to raise money to buy her another tree. And I will be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure that the HOA does not buy the tree because the HOA bought us that tree. So I'm not entirely sure that the HOA is not reimbursing her for her tree. So, especially since she's a landscaping manager. So if a tree falls in your yard, like, so the way the HOA works in our condo, I feel like I need to start saying our condo association because people will be like, well, that's not how it works in ours, whatever. I mean, every bylaws is different for every HOA, but in ours, anything from the outside is their responsibility. Does that make sense? With a few exceptions. So, like, if a tree falls, like, they're responsible for the removal of the tree. Like, when we had a tree there before that got hit by lightning. They had to come out here and move the tree. They had to do all that kind of stuff. They took the stump out. They did all that kind of stuff. They planted a new tree. I'll never forget because it was her grandma that came over and was like, bought that tree for $150. Make sure you're watering that tree. The tree was so tiny. I mean, it's so crazy to me now. I mean, we first got that tree. I would have to look at pictures because I don't even remember what year that was. But I did get like a big red bulb that year, like Charlie Brown's Christmas tree. But can we just talk about this tree now? I mean, look at it. I mean, I remember when that tree was so big or so small. And now it's massive. The tree is massive. So anyway, there was something else about the HOA that I wanted to say. But anyway, the pool light is completely out. It's like when I went to the pool last night, it was like pitch black at the pool. It was kind of fun, but I didn't really want to go in the dark end because, you know, the deep end because, you know, it's so dark and there's sharks down there. So I don't, sharks in the pool. But anyway, so Alex was like, no, when he got back into bed. So I was like, well, did you talk to so-and-so? Like, are you guys going to go to brunch? He's like, she can't do brunch today and whatever. And so he's like, I'm just going to watch shows and whatever. Well, he went downstairs and he got like some candy and stuff and was eating his candy. And I was like, because he was planning on going to brunch with his girlfriend. I wasn't super hungry, and he wasn't really either, I guess. But I was like, are you hungry? And he was like, I'm not super hungry, but I could eat. And I said, well, I kind of like to just get out of the house. He's like, well, let's get out of the house. And I said, okay, do you want to go to brunch? He's like, yeah. So we went to Cafe Parachute today. It was empty. It was like us and the other two couples that we see on there on Sundays that go there every day. We walk in, they're like, what are you doing here on a Friday? But they go there every single day. These other two older couples, they go there like every single day of the week for brunch. And so we went to brunch. Are you guys ready? Completely different what we had today. Well, I had coffee, and this is the raspberry chocolate coffee that tastes just like gas station coffee. And water. Alex had water, and then he had a Coke, and he got a Coke to take home with him. And then Alex was not hungry, so he's got a bowl of the tomato artichoke soup with lots of croutons and whatever in it. And then I got a cup of the tomato artichoke soup, and I got whole wheat toast, heavily buttered, and it was delicious, and it was like perfect for lunch. Like, it was just enough. I almost got the grilled cheese and the waffle, and I was like, I'm not really that hungry for it. So yeah, and then afterwards, Alex is like, you know, do you want to stop at PetSmart on the way home? Because here's the deal. So, obviously, originally, I was just getting one dog, right? And so now I'm getting two dogs. And so I had, you know, planned and bought everything for just one dog, not for two dogs. So I had just like online bought one, it's like the comfort bed. Like Boo Radley's purple bed, I bought one bed like that to match his black and white coat, because it all has to match, right? One harness, one leash, one this. Okay, but now we're getting two dogs, and they're two different sizes. So now, and I have like one little bag of food, you know, 6 cans of food, because he's eating like wet and dry food, and she was telling me all about that. So anyway, so today I had to go. I actually got online last night and I ordered like of the stuff that I had like already ordered. Like I bought another bed. I actually bought 2 more beds because the small guy, I bought him a really little bed because he's 2 pounds. And so he might need a really, really little bed. And then I bought like 3 of these like comfort blankets. They actually were really, really cheap, but they're for like pets and they're like supposed to be like comforting to them and stuff like that. And then I bought a few more toys. And then I bought today their very first ladies, the lamb chops. I had already bought like a dog food and bowl kind of thing, but I actually bought 2 different ones. One's green. Well, the mat, it's like a silicone mat that so it like doesn't slide. I got one in green and one in blue. I think I'm gonna like color code the dogs. Like one's gonna always be like green stuff. The other one's gonna always be like blue stuff, if that makes sense. That way it'll be like I can keep track of it. And so these guys are like riding by on their bikes. They're like old enough to like not be like doing circles in front of my house, like staring at me, like what's he doing over there on the computer, on the oh, the battery just went to the halfway mark. Oh, you know what? But anyway, so I bought that. So today at PetSmart, I bought another bag. I always mispronounce it. Whenever I say it, is it Royal Canin? I think it's Royal Canin. So when Boo was like being really picky with the food that he was eating, somebody on the vlog recommended to me, I call it Royal Canine, but I think it's Royal Canin. It's C-A-N-I-N. And Boo loved that food. I mean, till the very end, it was like his favorite food of life. And so, and they have senior dog food, but they have food for each specific breed too. So I had online bought a bag of the puppy like dry food, but it's a small bag. So today I bought another bag of it. And then I was gonna do like the specific like breed of dog, but they're half Chihuahua, half Shih Tzu, so I didn't know like which breed to pick, if that makes sense, or if anybody knows about that with like the royal, is it canine or canine food? I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyway, but and our vet approves of that food too, so that's one of the reasons why I got it. I know she's like, oh yeah, I fully support that brand. So anyway, or she's like, I shouldn't say I fully support that brand, like, but you know, she said, no, I like that brand a lot when we like ran it by her with Boo Radley. So, but today I went in there and then I got little cans. Alex was talking to me about these puzzles that are supposed to be really good with this specific breed of dog. So at PetSmart, they didn't really have a lot of these puzzles, and it said to start them like the dog treats where they move the things and try to find the puzzles. So I'm gonna get online today and buy a couple of those puzzles. But I literally, inside there, I have like 2 or 3 things of puppy pads, one of the beds, the bed in the corner, all the food, I mean, so many treats for these dogs, you guys, I bought. So I got to put all this stuff up in the cabinet. I want it all ready so that when I bring them home tomorrow, they're just like ready to go. So I'm really excited. Tomorrow, this is what it's going to look like. So Alex has this 40th birthday party he has his 40th birthday party at like, he has to get there between 2 and 3. So we're getting to her house between like 11 and 12 to pick them up. She's coming home later tonight. She won't get home until late tonight, or we would pick them up tonight. So then we're gonna go over there, and then I'm gonna get the dogs and bring them home. Then Alex has to go to this party because he's been planning this party forever. So he's gonna do that. And then I'm just gonna get acquainted with the dog. I'm so excited, you guys. I honestly, like just to like sit and watch them, just a little puppy. Like whenever I'm with Alex's aunt's dog Preciosa, or like Caroline's dogs or whatever, or even when I see like the dogs, I mean, I love it so much. And just to have like these 2 I'm so excited about it. I'm so excited, you guys. It's gonna be so fun. So yeah, so today I just was like, let's go to brunch. So I decided, I was like, let's go to brunch. And Alex is like, are you gonna film when you get back? Do you want me to go downstairs? And I was like, no, I think I'm just gonna film my vlog, and then I think I'm gonna see if, you know, Laura wants to go to the pool. And then, yeah, if it's not too hot later, I'm gonna take a walk, like a long walk, and listen to my audiobook and just relax tonight, get the house completely ready for tomorrow. And then, yeah, and then tomorrow and Sunday, my plan is just to be here with the little guys, and so the reason why I haven't shared the name, in all honesty, I probably would share the names. The reason why I haven't is because it's not confirmed yet. Like, I don't want to like pick up the dog and be like does that make sense? Like, that's not, like, I will give you a name that I really liked, 2 of the names I really liked, because, well, Alex and Caroline both like human names for dogs, and I do too, okay? And actually, my neighbor across the street, when I told her what the names were that we were thinking about, she was like, do you guys always pick like human names for dogs? I was like, well, Boo Radley. She's like, well, I mean, he's a character from a book. I was like, yeah. But anyway, I really liked, so when I said the other day that I was looking at like doggish names, so my mom's friend had a dog when I was growing up. Like, she and her daughters had a dog named Patches, and I loved it. And this dog looks like he has a little, he's like patchy and whatever. So I thought that would be a cute name for a dog. But there's so many dogs named Patches, but I really did like Patches. And the other name that was like #1 on my list, was Sprout. I really loved Sprout. But, like, nobody liked Sprout. And, like, Tanya literally, like, Tanya comes up, well, first of all, Tanya is a great namer of dogs, like, always. And she names them, like, legendary country music singers. I mean, she'll think of a song and she'll be like, oh, I mean, Tanya is the best dog namer in the entire world. But I kept on running these names, but like, I really wanted to name a dog Willie Nelson. And Tanya's like, so this is the problem. I was actually telling the vet this. I said, well, the woman at the vet's office, because they know Tanya. And so I was like, yeah, like, whenever, you know, because they know Tanya's my best friend. I was like, you know, Tanya's my best friend. And whenever they're like, oh, we love Tanya. And so I was like, yeah, but it's probably the same with you guys. Like, every name I run by her, because the vet was giving me suggestions on names. I ran a couple of them by them. They told me what they liked, and then they were giving me suggestions. I said, you guys are probably, since you work with dogs all the time, the same as Tanya and her employees are. It's like I'll say a name to Tanya. Like, I really want to name this dog. My very first name ever was Willie Nelson. That was the name that I was like, it was going to be Willie Nelson. I was going to call him Willie. I thought it was a perfect name. So Tanya said to me, she goes, name your dog whatever you want. She was like, but I, like, literally right now on my roster, she's like, I have like 10 Willies and like 3 in doggy daycare. I was like, is it really that common of a name? Because it's a really common dog name. I was like, oh. What's funny when I tell you this, okay, is when you guys hear the name that I picked, it didn't even occur to me. It's I'm trying to think of like a really famous dog. Well, I actually did think about Skip from like My Dog Skip, but let's think of even on like a bigger level than that, of like a famous dog, right? Like, when Alex suggested this name to me, and I was like, let's say if it was like Skip, okay? And like in your head, you're not even registering that this is like a famous pet's name. And I'm like, oh, I love that. It's so different and whatever. And then like I look it up and I'm like, oh my God, this is like, everybody's gonna think it's this instead, you know what I mean? But I don't really care. I'm kind of past the point of caring now. Now I just want to, and I really love the name Henry for a dog, but I have a really, really good friend and her dog's name is Henry. And he's like 2, and so I'm like, no, that doesn't work. Yeah, I mean, like every dog name that I went through. Well, should I share some of them with you? Do you guys really, do you care? Diego and Rocco were my first, like, for years. But I have a really good friend of mine whose name is Rocco. And I was like, okay, I'm going to think of him every single time. And then Alex has a cousin whose name is Diego. And so, like, that wasn't going to work. Let's just go. Should I go through some of these dog names? If it's something that I think I might use, I'm not going to do it. Okay, Luca. But then one of my neighbors, her daughter had she has a grandson that they just named Luca. So, Rusty, which was actually the guy that I had a crush on in high school, and then the character in my book that I wrote. And I liked that. And I was like, I don't know. So, no. Jude, like, hey, Jude. And it was weird because the other day when I was with Caroline, we were in Trader Joe's, and this mom was calling her son, and she goes, Jude, Jude. And I was like, oh, is that supposed to mean like but Jude, like, doesn't, for me, I don't know, it doesn't, like, I love the name Jude. Like, I think for like a son or daughter, I think it works great. But for some reason it doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't translate to me for any of these dogs. Bob Dylan and Willie Nelson. Tanya was like, no, neither one of those work. And she's like, and there's so many Willies. Okay, this one, Caroline loves, so I can't keep it. Sprout. I was thinking Shorty, but then I was like, because of the duck, but I was like, no. Archie, I really, really loved. Archie was like at the top of the list, but then I realized that Shannon Medore from Orange County, her dog's name is Archie, and then Alex was also like, that's kind of a big dog name. Bacon. Do you know how common Bacon is as a name? Alex didn't like any of these, like, cutesy dog names. Button, Patches, Bandit. I loved Bandit. So I actually applied for a rescue for a dog named Bandit. And that's where I was like, oh, Bandit, I like that. That was, like, a month or 2 ago. And so that's how that name got, like, on my list. And I was like, I think that's such a cute name. And then I found out that I think they renamed the dog. I think it was a girl named Bandit, actually. Scruff and Fuzzy. Alex, he was like, no. He was like human. And then that brings me down to the last couple names. I have to, like, two kind of like celebrity names that would be cute. But I'm almost kind of going the normal route. And I will also give a hint, because so many people are guessing, that I still want to kind of keep on theme with To Kill a Mockingbird. I don't really want to say a whole lot more than that. I'm like, how long have I been vlogging now? I have no idea. Oh my god, it's so hot out here. Woo! Okay, so last night, what did I do last night? Oh, last night we went to dinner and then we came home. Alex was upstairs watching TV. I vlogged. When I got done, it was like, I think by the time I got done with my vlog, I had like 25 minutes to go to the pool. She was out. She went and saw a comedy show last night. So I was like, I'm just going to go to the pool and like get in the shallow end by myself. So I asked Alex, I was like, do you want to go to the pool with me? Of course he said no. He's not a big night swimmer. So I was like, okay, it was so hot and humid out last night. It was so nice. The pool, I just sat in the shallow end and it just was so nice. And I listened to like, you know, the bullfrogs in the lake and the bugs outside. It just was so nice. And I actually was only at the pool for like 15 minutes. I came back, Alex was like, he was like, you're back so quick. I said, I told you it was only going to be 10 or 15 minutes because the pool suggestively, now that's what we're calling it, not closes, suggestively closes at 10. But I'm just like trying to stay on the right side of the law, you know? The pool. Laura was going out today. She's like, and I wanted to be in the pool committee. I said, girl, they don't want us in the pool committee. She's like, well, how do all of them get on the pool committee? She's talking about my neighbor across the street. I go, what are you talking about? The pool? There is no pool committee. She goes, well, they do all the flowers. I want to do the flowers and the plants. I go, that's the landscaping committee. I go, just talk to her. She'll get you on the landscaping committee. They can't get enough people up there to water plants. She's like, yeah, but then do I get to make the decisions about the pool? I go, no, that's the landscaping committee. There is no pool committee. So then after that, I came back. I did not take a nap last night. I was so excited being sent videos, and I've just been nonstop thinking about these dogs. It's to be honest with you, it feels, not a little bit, it feels absolutely surreal that it just feels like everything has worked out the way that it was supposed to. Absolutely 100%. And I really, really thought that I was going to end up getting the little guy and his sister because they look so much alike. But it just feels right. I don't know. I've said for so long that I wanted to get two brothers and, you know, and I'm getting two brothers. And it just kind of magically happened. I mean, it's just so bizarre, you know, that like this friend of mine from years ago, I mean, she works with these, it's so bizarre how it kind of like happened. And so I'm like, everything about this just seems right. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. So anyway, came back last night. And then Nikki and I were waiting for Big Brother to come on. And like, I had it recorded, but she was waiting for it to come and stream. So I was like, I'll just wait for you and we'll watch it together. So we talked on the phone for a while, talked to Tanya on the phone for a while. It was really, I was watering my ferns out here while I was talking on the phone and cleaning up stuff underneath the tree and stuff like that. And then I went inside and we were still waiting for Big Brother. So that was when I ordered a bunch of stuff online last night. Then I cleaned out the cabinet in the kitchen. And I was texting Nikki about that. I called Tanya while I was doing it, and then I texted Nikki, because she was like, it's still not on yet. And what did I say to her? And as I was looking at my text to Nikki last night, the battery died. So I had to replace the battery, which is burning up. Woo! Woo! So anyway, what was I texting Nikki last night? Because we finally sat down to watch it. I said, I'm literally just sitting down now. LOL, I've been ordering stuff. Then I cleaned out an entire kitchen cabinet to put their food and treats in. I'm like manically cleaning. I said, and then she was like, you're nesting, which a lot of people yesterday on the vlog said that you're nesting. And she's like, it's what happens right before you go into labor, ha 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 ha. Then she said it's up, and then we watched Big Brother, and we were texting throughout that. Then afterwards, she was doing something, she was making some food or something, and I said, I'm gonna start watching, or I didn't tell her, because I started like waiting for Big Brother. I had like put on Trainwreck PI Moms or whatever. It's about this reality TV show, and there's like these moms that are like PI investigators is what it's about, and then this whole thing happens. So she was like, oh, I'm going to start watching this. I said, oh, I'm watching it right now. Well, then she fell asleep. Oh, the little chipmunk. Why, honey? He just ran across. She fell asleep 15 minutes before it was over. It wasn't even that great. I mean, it's not one of the best Trainwreck ones. The story was real bizarre. But anyway, I kind of wonder where they pick their topics from sometimes. So then after that, so Big Brother got caught up on that, and then I watched the PI Moms to do the video today, but I'll probably do that video on Monday. Or Tuesday. I'm just gonna have to kind of play the next couple days, the next week by, play it by ear. We'll just see how things go. I'm just gonna live in the moment and enjoy the moment, and just, we'll figure it out. I mean, I'm gonna have to figure out how to film videos with, these two little dudes up in the house. You know what I mean? If they're gonna be like in a little bed while I'm sitting there filming it, we'll figure it out. I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it. I was telling Alex today, it's going to be so weird just hearing, like the little pitter patter in the house again. I mean, we haven't had that, in months. It's going to be so strange hearing that again. But anyway, and then I watched The Strain last night, and I read a little bit of my Kindle. I'm loving that zombie series by Mark Tufo called The Zombie Fallout. If you love zombie books, The Zombie Fallout. I think Navid recommended it to me on the vlog, so thank you. I think it was Navid. Somebody recommended it to me. It is a really, really, really good series. At first, I didn't like the character. It's interesting how they start writing the main character, and who he becomes. Like, even in the course of the first book. Like, it's not even really who he becomes. I thought at first he was kind of misogynistic and all. He really isn't at all. Like, not at all. Like, I mean, it incorporates all kinds of diversity and stuff. I don't know, I must have misread it at first when I was reading it. I don't know, it's anyway. But I really, really like the book. The book is really great. So whoever recommended that to me, thank you. But then I watched The Strain, and I finished season 1 of The Strain, and then I watched the first half of the first episode of season 2, which season 1 goes right into season 2. It kind of ends on I wouldn't say it ends on a cliffhanger. Season 2, the ending of season 1 doesn't feel like an ending. Like, the first episode of season 2 just feels like episode 14, if that makes sense. It doesn't really, it feels just like one long continuation. But I will tell you that I absolutely love it. The only thing that I think the bad special effects are like the main guy, like the main vampire. But I don't think his special effects are done that well. But then they go back and they explain the story. And then like, at first I thought his look was kind of really fake, but he looks that way because of who the actor is and who the character was. And so it makes sense when you look, it makes sense when they tell a story. I am loving that show. I am loving that show so much. But since I finished it, I think I'm going to go back tonight, and I'm probably going to watch an episode of Ozark and Outer Banks tonight to kind of get into those shows. Watch the true crime already. I also want to watch the Sherry Papini case, so I might start that this weekend. But yeah. So tonight, I'm going to start rendering this vlog, and then I am going to go to the pool with her. She said as soon as I'm done vlogging, just to text her, and we'll go to the pool. So as soon as the vlog is rendered and ready to upload, I'm going to go to the pool with her. We're going to hang out for a little bit, come home, I'll probably take a nap, and then tonight I'm going to spend a lot of time getting the house is pretty much ready for them now, but getting the house ready for them, putting the stuff away in the cabinets, and then tomorrow they're coming home. I'm so excited about it. I cannot wait to meet these little guys. I cannot wait to see them. And if I don't vlog tomorrow, I will put out something and let you guys know. I don't want anybody to worry about me, whatever, but I'll put some statement up on my community tab on here. So you just go to this channel and then go over to the community tab. Because, last night I posted my vlog really, really late. And I can't remember why I did that. I'm like, did I lay down after I came back from the pool yesterday? But I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Oh, it just was taking... Oh, because I didn't vlog until late last night. Oh, I know why. Because I wanted to start uploading it when I went to the... Anyway, it just was taking forever last night, so I got it up late. But I don't want anybody to worry about me. I will put out a statement, and if I don't vlog tomorrow or Sunday, if I'm just like... I decide just to whatever... But I would kind of like to vlog for even if I just put up 10 or 15 minutes and just be like, hey, we got the dogs, here are the names, everything is good. I'll probably do that at least, because I'm not going to be probably filming them. I'm not planning on filming on my other channels this weekend. So I'm planning on just filming on my vlog channel, if I even do that. And then by Monday I should have my, listen, other people that get dogs have to go back to work on Monday. So Monday I will be back to filming videos on my channels, and I will be a little bit more, but I just want to kind of spend the weekend, whatever. And I know people are going to be like, Peter, I don't feel like you have to vlog at all. I mean, I want to jump on here and kind of let you guys know what's going on. So if I have time to do that, I will do that. And Yeah, I don't really know yet. Like, I don't really have any grand plan of, like, you know, somebody said to me, like, you should have, like, not announced that you were going to do 2 videos, or 2 dogs, and that you should have just been like, oh, here's our new dog. Oh, who's that in the background? You know, I think that's a cute idea, and I love when people do that kind of stuff. But one of the reasons why I didn't do something like that was, oh my God, that chipmunk just went running. You guys have been with me for everything and been so supportive that I wanted to bring you, out of courtesy, I wanted to bring you on the journey with me of getting these dogs, and I'm just so grateful for it. You guys have been there with me through the grieving of Boo and me talking about it for the last 9 months, of Tucker and Pee-Pee and everything that's gone on. And so I just wanted to bring you guys along for the journey with this. Okay, that time the tripod fell, and it is getting so hot, and I'm kind of worried that I might be hurting my camera. So I'm like, maybe I need to... I mean, I could finish this inside, but I feel like I've been vlogging for a while anyway, and I'm burning up. So I'm like, let's just close this. Let's just finish this up. Let's just finish this up. So anyway, what was I saying? What I was saying is, I don't know, but I don't have any, like, grand plan, okay? Like, I don't know if people are expecting this, but I just want to put this out there. Like, and I'm not saying this as, like, and then, like, surprise, like, we're on vacation, like how I do that. No, I'm like, I'm not planning on, if I do it, it'll just because, like, in the moment, I feel like doing it. I will just tell you that. Like, if I feel like doing a video and being like, hey, like, these are the new dogs, you know, like, then I'll do that. But I don't have any plan of doing that right now. My plan is just to hang out with the little guys this weekend and for us to get to know each other. I do not have any plan. I plan on coming back on Monday and filming videos on all my channels. If the dogs happen to be in those videos, they happen to be. I don't know how that's going to look. I don't know how that's, I have no idea. The dogs aren't even here yet. So I have no idea. But a couple people were like, I can't wait till the reveal video. I have no plan to put out a reveal video tomorrow. So I just don't want anybody to feel like, why is Peter doing this or why is he not doing that? Like, I'm getting these dogs. I'm very, very excited about it. I'm just going to naturally respond to it. And so if I feel like throwing up some pictures, I'll throw up some pictures. I'm not going to keep it a secret. That's why I wanted to just share this whole process with you guys and just be like, hey, like, this is what's going on. And you guys will be along for the ride in the process. And so, you know, I'm sure I'll throw up some pictures at some point. And so stay tuned to my Instagram. And I'll be talking about it if I vlog over here. If I'm vlogging and they happen to, like, you know, if I want to hold them up, I might. But I'm just, you know, it's just however I feel this weekend. But no, I'm not planning on doing, I'm not saying that I won't. Maybe next weekend be like, or next week be like a video like, hey, here's the new dogs or whatever. But I don't have that planned right now. And I don't even know what that would look like. So when people like are like, why didn't you do that? I don't want anybody to be like, oh, why didn't Peter? I just have no plan to do that this weekend. I just want to. This has been a long time coming for me. This has been a really, really long time coming for me. I'm very emotional about this. I'm very excited, but I'm very emotional about this. And this is a huge thing. And this is going to be, you know, the next part of my life. And I'm super, super excited about it. And I just want to take the moment and just live in it. And you guys are such a huge part of that. So for me to, like, whip out the camera and vlog for 15 minutes or an hour while they're sleeping next to me is no big thing. But I also don't want to make that what I want this weekend to, like, live in the moment, you know what I mean? And so that's what I plan to do. But Monday I will be back. By Monday I should be able to have it all figured out. Like I said, it's like, I mean, Caroline got Mabel. She still had to go to work the next Monday. You know what I mean? It's like people get dogs and they don't, like, you know. So by Monday I should be able to have it all figured out, and I should be able to, or I should be back to filming videos over here on all of my channels and on my vlog and stuff like that. But stay tuned. My plan right now, in all honesty, for vlogging is that, like, while they're, like, asleep or taking a nap or something, to vlog for, like, a half an hour or an hour on tomorrow and Sunday. That's my plan right now. If that doesn't work out, I will put up a statement and I will let you guys know. But I wanted to kind of keep you along for every little bit of the way. And I am really burning up now, so I'm gonna get off here now and go inside and get this rendered and go put my swimsuit on and go to the pool. I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support and the love of everything in the past, with everything that's happened in my life, and supporting, you know, everybody in my life, and the passing of Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee, and you guys have so been there for me. And you've also shared your own experiences with, you know, losing pets. And I'm also so grateful that you guys are here for this next chapter as well. And I'm And I'm really, really excited about it. And it means the world to me that you guys are here for that. And you guys have been so encouraging. And I'm really, really grateful for that. So thank you so much. I hope you guys are having a magically, it feels like a Saturday, but it's not, because Saturday is when I'm getting the dogs. I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Friday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I will see you, hopefully, tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.